Hi, my name's Chris Winfield. I'm the head of communications for Hercules PLC. Hercules PLC is a nationwide labour supplier to the UK construction and infrastructure sector. So the business is split into two divisions, our labour supply division and construction services division. And we supply skilled labour to tier 1 contractors around the UK. The UK market for labour supply is quite saturated, so you really have to stand out and be different. So our clients predominantly use us because of our agility to provide labour in quick time onto some of the UK's largest infrastructure projects, whether that's High Speed 2, Sizewell C, or various highways projects around the UK. Technology for Hercules is something that has always been a driver for our CEO. He wants to stand out and be different from our competition. And he sees construction as very sort of set in its ways. The industry is changing, it is adapting, we are becoming more technologically advanced, and the roles that businesses hire now are starting to show that. So we have our own head of digital and technology and a team that supports him, and we're able to produce our own apps and so on and so forth that are able to support us as a business and make us more streamlined and efficient. Particularly our recruitment app, for example, is something that we're particularly proud of, and that helps us to make strategic decisions and advise our clients accordingly.
Hi, I'm Ed Horner, Head of Digital and Technology at Hercules PLC. So the challenges at the moment really coming out of the growth that we've gone through. How do we make sure we structure change and make sure that we deliver controlled and effective change in the best way? Before we started using Enterprise Insight, change was much more reactive, making ad hoc decisions which worked well for the business in the short term, but really didn't give us that consistency that you need and that overall sight to make sure that everything you're doing is building a better product across the whole of the company. I think some of the main advantages we've seen from the tool is visibility. It really allows us to look across all our teams, all our processes, understand how any change we're doing is going to affect those. And then what the beauty of it is then is you can then dive down into the systems and do the same. So that gives you a whole end-to-end view of all change through the business and how it's going to affect us, which then again allows us to plan more effectively, get ahead of things that might be challenging, and deliver more coordinated change in the long run. Another great thing about it is that the setup time is quick. We've managed to get from introduction through to using the tool to gaining these benefits really quickly. It's been a really smooth process of onboarding and making sure that we could get up to speed and deliver what we need. Enterprise is going to be key for how we work. There's a lot of change, there's a lot of growth. The business plan is through integrations and things like that. So ensuring that any new company coming in, any change in the digital transformation we're doing is managed, controlled, and we deliver the best processes and we deliver the best systems is something we need to be really hot on. We run a large business with a large payroll, and we cannot afford to make mistakes. So understanding how all process change is going to be managed and we've covered all processes is key in all change we do. One of these things with the tool is that it gives you that visibility. You can take things to people, show where you are now and where you want to go to, and how that's going to affect the teams they own and the teams they manage, and making sure that they understand what impact of change they're asking to make. Because sometimes people will go into things wanting something, but when you go through the end-to-end process and how that's going to knock things down the road, it makes them rethink, and maybe we'll address things in a different way. Maybe if that's from system or from process.